Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. All it is, you can tell by that thumbnail, all it is Swifty. Right? Now, I said I wasn't going to talk about Swifty Blue in a negative manner on my channel anymore, and I'm not. If anything, hey, respects, that's it. I have something to talk about today, okay? Something that was brought to my attention and I came across and I said, you know what? Well, that's a mighty fine thing right there that you got there, is it? But that's your thing, not my thing. But at the same time, it's all good in the hood. I don't call it Fugazi. I call it the real deal Holyfield. Now, for those of you that don't know who Brian Trejo is, he's a Christian rapper. And you know what? I listen to his music. I listen to his word. I think he's one of the most righteous individuals doing it in a Latino flavor. We need more people like him. People that are willing to express their opinions no matter what anyone thinks. That's it, no matter what people have to say. When you're a Christian, a lot of people are going to look at you some type of way. In prison, they're called Bible thumpers. Hey, look at him at this. He's just using it as a crutch, eh? He doesn't know how to hobble, Holmes. You know what I mean? He's trying to wiggle up out of certain situations by leaning on the Lord. And they leave a bad taste in people's mouths, and people feel some type of way about them. I've never been that way. I've seen the power of higher beings move people. I've seen some of the hardest individuals, the roughest and toughest motherfuckers that are down to scrape your whole back off with a papa pillar. Next thing you know, they're in there, I'm going to see the king go low. All right, and it's not a laughing matter. It's actually a good thing. Something touches them. Something touches their heart. And for one reason or another, they decide, to surrender themselves to a higher power and to just let everything go. Now, real ones that have been around the block that know what time it is, respect that. They say, you know what? Hey, to each man their own. If that man wants to make a better change in his life, wants to do things for the better, says, okay, handle it. Handle your scandal, about to do your thing. Because at the end of the day, everybody fears the unknown. Everybody righteously doesn't know what time it is with the unknown. They don't know if it's real fake, if it's really not their shit. But what they do know is, hey, that's a grown man, and you let a grown man participate in whatever he's going to do. You can't stop him. Now, I remember, and I want to tell you a story before we get into the Swifty incident, but I want to tell you a story about, a homeboy I was locked up with. This guy was a bad motherfucker, right? He was one of those dudes, very quiet, but even I didn't approach him in a certain manner because he was an asshole, right? He was one of those homeboys, like, he was a true believer in the cause and the Norte, but at the same time, he wasn't going out like that. He was the type that, hey, you walked lightly around him because he always was about that action. He wasn't about talk. Didn't talk much. But every time something was, something that needed to involve him or involve the cause was playing out, he was right there on frontline status, on the forefront, handling his business. And I like that about him. We didn't need much words for communication. So let's get here. What's that? A knife. Okay, there it is. And that's it. And that went both ways. Now, this was out of state, of course. This was in Khalifa, so it was a little bit more of a different wiggle. But at the same time, this guy handled it. Well, I remember he was my cellie. Facts, true story. Didn't talk much in the cell. Got along because we believed in a lot of the same things. But at the same time, there wasn't a whole lot of communication there. There was just enough to say, hey, I'm going to take a shit, okay? And he'll turn, I ain't trying to smell it. Typical cell living. But it was kind of a bad situation because, like I said, we didn't communicate. It wasn't a war stories. Didn't have fun. Couldn't cat out a little bit with your cellie. It was just more of a business situation. We're fucking cellies based on we're believers in the same thing. That's all we had in common. But I respected that. I respected how quiet he was. I respected his get down. And I knew if someone came up in that cell, he was going to carve him up real nice. Right? And hey, I felt safe. I felt protected around this guy. And I'm sure he felt the same way around me because we had that same mentality, man. Wasn't no one going to run up in on us and try to do anything funny style. We were going to handle our business. It didn't mean we had to be best friends. Didn't mean we had to fucking hug and embrace and all that. Man, the canalismo was real, but just enough to get by. One day, we're chilling in the cell, and I'm eating a sopa, and I'm kicking back, and I'm just doing my daily routine, you know, my daily prison routine. What I'm living. I'm just trying to live to the next day. I said, and this man is reading the Bible. Now, what he read and didn't read, that was totally up to him. I was reading Master of the Game by Sidney Sheldon. I was on my Sidney Sheldon shit. Any book that I can get with history, or any book that I can get that was entertaining, that's what I was into. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I never wrote the Bible, I never read the Bible, or never was intrigued by it, because I was. But at the same time, if I had a choice, man, that wasn't my number one choice. That's just me, you know, at that time. All of a sudden, they're about to start to shake violently. And I said, oh shit, he's having a fucking, what is that called, a seizure? Help, guard, right? Or do I call guard? I don't know. At this point, is that telling? The about to started to shake violently, and then he just dropped to his knees and started to cry. And started to speak in tongues and surrender himself to the Lord, and God, and please forgive me. And I was like, fuck, Spence. I was up against the wall like this. They want to possessed by Annabelle, right? I didn't know what was going on. The Conjuring, that's it. Fuck, they about to done did it now, right? I ain't selling my soul, right? And what happened was this guy, something touched him. I don't know what it was. It wasn't me. I'm gonna tell you that much. I ain't no Cheeto. I don't get down like that. Something touched him, and he surrendered himself right then and there. He fell to his knees in that cell, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm a Christian now, bro. This is what I am. This is what I'm gonna do." He jumped up a new man. He talked more in that hour to me, trying to fucking get me to go to the dark side with them, or to the other side. And I was like, bro, I can't do that. And it wasn't like he wanted to stop gangbanging and all that on the spot. He still was a Norteño. We used to call him the Christian Norteño. He just was not about to do that. Well, of course, he ends up moving cells and ends up going to his own compa. And we're hearing how he's doing over there. And he's over there with no other Norteños. There's some Southsiders on the compa. And over there in this different state, usually, you know, they would move on you if they were deeper, vice versa. Some places it was on site, some places it wasn't. They started to rush this guy and do things, and he would just throw him off of him. He was a big dude. I can't fight you. I won't put hands on you. And you know, I ended up running into him in a church service, and then at Chow, one time down the road at a different place, and he was true to his word. He was what he was. You know, he never switched up from that point on. And I was flabbergasted, you know, but at the same time, I didn't know, you know, what was real and what was really not. One thing I did know about that guy, and it opened my eyes, was there was no reason for him to do this. He was chilling. Wasn't no one fucking with him. He was a big old dude about that business. No one wanted that smoke. And he just decided that for no other reason, he should fall on his knees, scrape his whole knee up, right? And go that route. Well, recently, I came across some stuff, and it was told to me that Swifty Blue, the rapper, you know, that's got a lot of traction on YouTube's got a lot of traction in the world. You know, we've all talked about him at one point in time, whether it's negative or positive. And I've said, man, I'm not here to tear anyone down anymore. I'm here to uplift him, especially a brown man. I hope that he does even greater than he's already doing. He got in contact with Brian Trejo, or Brian Trejo got in contact with him, and Brian Trejo dropped a spiel talking about trying to spread the word to Swifty Blue. You know, when someone's in the limelight like he is, someone's name is out there, and people are trying to come at him from every direction. I understand how that feels. You know, I go through a lot of that same shit, Swifty. A lot of people coming at me from every angle. Some people got bad things to say. Some people got good things to say. But everyone always got something to say. And it's quite understandable, man. It can get to you. It can start making you feel like, you know, at first it's like, man, I don't care what these motherfuckers say. Fuck these motherfuckers. Say, God, get these motherfuckers, handcuff them and beat them. That's the Greenwall shit, right? But then again, it starts to get to you. You know, you start to realize and wonder, fuck, why are they doing this to me, bro? I'm just trying to come up. I'm just trying to uplift my people. I'm just trying to get a little bag. I'm just trying to do my thing. People ain't hearing that or having that. They don't give a fuck. You see, their whole mentality and their get down is, hey, you're having something that they want to have, so they're going to belittle you and step on your head bone until they can get to where they want to go. And it's unfortunate, man. And I've experienced the same thing time and time again, every day, daily. I just got up this morning. I'm already experiencing it. People are like, hey, puto, fuck you. Hey, all right, cool, whatever. Whatever's clever. You know, whatever makes you feel like the bigger man and the better man. And I'm going to continue just to be a broke brown man with a big dick. And I'm going to be happy. So anyways, it came across my feed that Swifty actually met up with another guy named Brian Barth, I think his name is, who's a big-time Christian pastor who ministers to people. And he got in contact with Swifty Blue. And him and Swifty actually did meet up. And he was able to tell his story to minister to Swifty, to where Swifty was very receptive from what I'm hearing. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to look at it in a negative fashion. Hey, what are you doing over there, bro? You know what I mean? Are you trying to thump this shit? You know what I mean? This ain't thump records. Who the fuck you think you are? I don't see it that way. I see it as that man expanding his horizons. You know, when you're a rapper, you're in the game, you're living that gang life, who says you can't be spiritual? Who says you can't have a relationship with the higher power, man? You know, just because you're out there in the streets, you better fucking pray to someone at night, esse. You know, everybody needs a little help. Everyone needs a little guidance and a little protection. I don't see nothing wrong with this guy in communication with these people, you know, and they're trying to help him. You know, when you're very popular or you're becoming very popular, you need all the help you can get. You know, I know myself, thank God, I have a personal friend, Pastor David Rocha. Órale, Sir Dino. I got the CO in that cranca. Well, he doesn't anymore. What he has is a Bible and a cross. Several of them on his wall. And he also has an inspirational voice. See, I have a personal relationship with my higher power. Whoever it may be. So I don't need to put it out there, right? I'm not here to push anyone or propaganda. But when something's ailing in my body, or I have a problem, or I was sick with COVID, you know, I picked up the phone and I expressed my feelings, orale, to Pastor David Rocha, and he gave me the calming words to make me feel better about myself and to uplift my spirit. You know, a little prayer never hurt nobody. You know, so I don't blame Swifty Blue for going down that route, and I don't blame people for reaching out to him. They're just trying to help. You know, I've heard and I've seen in some of the comments a lot of people, he's just trying to do that, man, because he don't want that smoke with certain people, or, man, he better get right before someone gets right on him, right? It ain't all about the negativity and the drama all the time. Let that man do man things. Okay, and fuck with you, don't fuck with him. Why can't a guy be a rapper, get a bag, and have a personal relationship with his higher power? That's fine. That's normal shit. You know what? That's man shit. I commend him for that. I commend him for not being scared to pull up, you know, to what most people are scared. You know, when you go to church, you're there, you know what I mean? Hey, sir, get up, tell your story. Fuck that. I ain't telling my story. I'm a gangster, eh? Fuck that. This is my story. Like, you know, I ain't a rata. I ain't telling nobody's story, eh? Get up, eh? Be a man. What are you scared of, spider? Get up and handle your business. Now, it ain't all about being in the limelight and everyone looking at you. I understand some people, they don't want everyone to look at them. They sure got a big mouth and they sure can talk a whole lot of shit, but then they don't want people to look at them. Oh, go figure. Menudo, right? Now, in life, there's going to be times when the spotlight's on you, Wesley. There's going to be times when all eyes on me. You know, you're going to be in a certain situation where your voice needs to be heard and felt. See, everybody's striving. When you're a gang member or you're a criminal, you're striving for either that bag, for that badass old lady, a mean mamon. You're striving for status, social status of equality. You're striving to be the voice of your barrio, your gente, your hood, your people. You're all striving for some type of limelight. You just don't realize that until it comes to that point. You know, why don't you strive to better yourself? You know, it doesn't mean you still can't be in the ganga. It doesn't mean you still can't represent the barrio or the hood. It doesn't mean you still can't be about that clap action and that smack action. No, you can always be that, and you always will be. No one could ever change the man you are, but that one up there, allegedly, right? But what you can be is real. And in this case, Swifty is being real. And I commend these gentlemen that are reaching out to him, that are trying to bring him to the light. I commend these people for caring. See, in this day and age, in this world we live in, grown men don't give a fuck about other grown men. You might think your homeboy cares about you. He don't. That can't fuck you. You know what I mean? In that fashion. Menudo time. Bang, bang. On your old lady. All they care about is the persona and how you make them look. So if you're that one in the water, you're that one in the hood, you're known as a clapper, Holmes, you're that gangster, Holmes. When you step into the party, hey, the party ain't a party until I walk in, right? When you're that one, and I've been in that position, I know how it feels, to walk in and the fucking crowd goes, wow, I felt like The Rock. Do you smell what the gun is cooking? I stepped in that motherfucker and you know, it's pandemonium in here. I've been in that position. I've also been in a position where I was like, shh, fuck up, eh? I don't want everyone to know I'm about to stab someone. Allegedly, right? You know, some people will just want to be around you because of that. But if you're doing something righteous, if you're doing something that benefits your life, if you're doing something that, you know what, hey, it's against the grain and on a lot of things, a lot of people don't believe in it, but fuck it, eh? You're going to get yours. They don't want to be around that. Right? They don't want to be around that. Who's about to think he is one of the Animaniacs? Was he think he is one of the Tiny Toons that's a thumper? Nah, fuck that. I ain't trying to be around Devata. Devata makes us look bad. Nah, Devata don't make you look bad. Devata makes you look real. Because he's really accepting and he's really about that business, man, to do whatever he wants to do as a grown man. Grown men do what they want to do. Suckers do what they can. And haters, they ain't doing shit but running their necks. Okay? So, seeing that Swifty was able to meet up with this gentleman, I seen a picture of them together. It touched me in my heart. I was like, that's right. That's right. Now, whether this guy is just doing it for his own reasoning, you know, to expand his horizons, maybe with the Christian rappers and the Christian people, or if this man is a true believer and really wants to surrender himself, I don't think he's going to get out the mix and he's like turning Christian on us. And I don't think none of that. I think this guy is just in touch with his reality. And his reality is he has a personal relationship with this higher power. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It shouldn't even be. It's like cheese Holmes. Hey, guess what? Navato went to church. We're talking about everything that he's done. I'm not here to talk about it. Whether he goes or doesn't go, that's totally up to him. What I'm here to say is I commend him for it, man. I commend him for being a bigger man than I ever was. There was a lot of times and a lot of situations where I didn't go to church unless there was some communication things that we had going on that I can't speak about. Because I thought about what the homeboys would think about me. Fuck that, I ain't gonna be labeled that shit. I'm too proud for that. I'm so proud to be loved by you. But at the end of the day, was I really a proud man? Nah, I was too proud to be myself. I should have been. Maybe that would have changed my life sooner. Maybe that would have deterred me from some of the bad things that I did to people, some of the negative issues that came up, all because fucking my poop butt ways, my ways of thinking. Not anyone else's ways, not anyone else's is get down. Mine, personally, me. You know, Bamuski, see you later, shoot the moon. So now I'm in a situation where it's not because I'm non-active or because I don't gangbang that I could do whatever I want to do. I could have did that at any time. I just didn't choose to because I was blinded. See, I was blinded by my own pride. I was blinded by my own ways of thinking. I'm glad and I commend Swifty that he's not blinded by that. He's not blinded by that. My whole ways of thinking concerning this guy have changed. This guy has changed, man. You know, I'm no longer going to talk shit about him. I'm no longer going to fucking go in on him. Ever. It's not. Unless you talk shit about me, then puto, it's on. Right? But I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he just gained a whole different level of respect with me. And who am I, right? Really no one. But still, to me, man, this Volta gained a whole different level of respect. And some people might see it one way, but I see it another. The way I see it is, hey, that's right, homie. Do your thing. You know? Hey, speak your mind. Be yourself. I've always say, be more man than him. You definitely were more man than a lot of people. Than a lot of people will portray themselves as. You did that, right? So for those that are going to fucking defecate on his character, oh, he's switching up. He must be scared. He must be that. No, you are, bro. You're the scary one. Because you can't be yourself. There's hey, every time something happens, please, God, please, man. Don't let him touch me in my ass again, please. Right? Nah, stop praying to him. He's like, fuck you. I say, that's your culo. You know what I mean? I gave it to you, Holmes. And now you're going to give it to him. That's on you, right? Don't ask for his help, Holmes, when you need him. Ask for his help, I said, when you don't. Or help him to help other people. Anyways, hey, I'm not going to get all philosophical, or what is that? I don't even know how to say the word, right? I'm not going to get philosophical. I'm not going to get all that. And I'm not going to fucking try to push something on people that they're not ready for, because that's not my thing. You know, I rock a certain way anyways. But one thing I will say is, again, man, my respects go out to Swifty for making that next move his best move. And whether, man, he's doing it for one reason or another, I pay no never mind to that. I just know that he done did it, man. And the ultimate respects go out. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get every single thing, everything that you want, everything that you got coming. You know, take the initiative to be a man or a woman and go out there and get it for your people. Only you can do it. If you like this, please hit me with a thumbs up. If not, a thumbs down. If he's going to be the head that wears the crown, I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people and coming together. This is the gun. Orale, Swifty, you did that. Bang, bang, and in that fashion.